Thank you. And I now give the floor to Wildlife Commission.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, it's an honor to address you today. We welcome the growing recognition by state parties of the role of the UNCAC in addressing crimes that affect the environment and heightened attention to this topic at this year's Conference of State Parties through the organization of a dedicated Environment Day. The Wildlife Justice Commission works with law enforcement worldwide to disrupt and dismantle transnational criminal networks trafficking in wildlife, timber, and fish, and the corruption that enables them, so that organized crime is not driving species to extinction. Since 2015, our investigations have consistently shown that these networks rely on corruption at every stage of the global supply chain to facilitate their operations and evade accountability. The damage caused is often irreversible, with far-reaching consequences on ecosystems, economies, the rule of law, security, climate change, and public health, undermining progress towards the 2030 agenda and protecting people and planet. The UNCAC provides vital tools to prevent and combat transnational corruption facilitating wildlife trafficking, including regional and international cooperation mechanisms such as joint investigations, intelligence sharing, and mutual legal assistance. We encourage state parties to make full use of these provisions to effectively address the transnational nature of corruption from source, transit to destination countries, and to root out those in both the private and public sectors who engage in corrupt practices facilitating these crimes. We also invite state parties to promote greater coordination and cooperation with other relevant international fora and implementing agencies, including the UN Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Flora and Fauna, and the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. This is essential to ensure a comprehensive response to the interconnected challenges of corruption, organized crime, biodiversity loss, and climate change. Corruption remains one of the biggest obstacles to effective law enforcement against these crimes. Without corruption, there would be no wildlife crime at this level. Urgent action is needed now, and this cost presents a critical opportunity to do so. We urge state parties to adopt a strong resolution to close critical enforcement gaps and strengthen our global response to these crimes. This is a pivotal moment to safeguard our planet and protect current and future generations from the most devastating impacts of corruption. Thank you for your attention.
شكرا